Hey, welcome back to my channel. You're watching Keto Rewind. I'm Jess, and if you're new to my channel, I'm on a 140-pound weight loss journey using the ketogenic diet. I have just started my second month, but in the first month, I lost 24 pounds in 28 days. It's 28 days because it was February. So, you know, there's less days in the month of February. So, but anyways, back on topic. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Like I said, I have a long journey and a long ways to go. So if you want to follow my journey and how I'm losing this weight with keto and intermittent fasting, you're going to want to definitely hit that subscribe button. So today's topic is what's stopping you from changing or switching to a ketogenic lifestyle. If I was just going to guess, there's a lot of people that I don't want to say bash, but kind of bash the keto lifestyle. There's a lot of experts like doctors, or I should say healthcare professionals, and people in the insurance industry, just random folk that are uninformed. There's a lot, and there's other, I don't know if it's a brand, but the Weight Watchers and a couple other fellow diets that are well known even bash Weight Watchers. So I'm like, why is that? Well, I hate to say it, but my educated guess would be money. Yes, money is why they hate keto. If you can change your life using food and not a product or a prescription or like medication, and literally help yourself with food. Now, mind you, let me just put an asterisk. There are some medical conditions out there that are completely, you gotta trust your gut. If you have something where you're just like me, you're just fat, you don't have any chronic conditions, you don't have anything really going on in your life, that's who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to people that are very sick, maybe have cancer, or maybe have, something really wrong that medical advice and prescriptions and all that is necessary. So I don't want to take that away from that. I'm talking to the fat ones like me that have excess weight, that are not really majorly in trouble yet with their health. I mean, I'm a ticking time bomb being morbidly obese, but I never had an insulin problem. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't really have anything other than I'm fat. I'm a healthy fat person. So, but that's only because I have youth on my side. I'm only going to get older, so if I don't handle this, these will become problems. It's my future. So, back on topic. Money is one of the main reasons people hate on the ketogenic diet. If you could go to the grocery store and buy real food that will help change your health so that maybe you're on diabetes medication or cholesterol meds or blood pressure meds, if you can fix yourself by losing weight and getting healthy to a healthy weight to come off of those meds, they're not going to be making any money off of you. The doctors certainly don't make money off of you. The insurance industry doesn't make any money off of you. Nobody makes any money off of you. The weight loss industry is like a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's one of the biggest industries out there. So it's a big threat to Weight Watchers, to, whatever all these diets are called. It's a big threat because it doesn't cost anything to be keto. Now, let me just preface that by saying, or I should say, let me add to it by saying, not all healthcare professionals are against keto. There's a lot of healthcare professionals that strongly advise keto. For instance, my cardiologist is the one who recommended keto. And mind you, she recommended it to me a year ago. I did the keto thing. I wasn't committed. I wasn't fully on board, and I let myself cheat, and I just wasn't in a good place to really change my life, so I fell off the wagon. But I didn't forget about how I felt and what I learned along the way. So my cardiologist is the one who recommended the keto for me. I mean, that's a doctor. She's not making any money telling me, you know, how to fix myself. So, but that's what I'm trying to say. A good doctor will tell you how to lose weight, and ketogenic diet it should be a number one list of diets you can do. Sorry, I'm still getting over a nasty cold. But also on your short list, if it's not keto, check out Whole30, check out Paleo and Primal, check out the carnivore diet, just even low carb, high fat, or low carb. So there's a bunch of other ones you could do. It doesn't have to be keto. The same concepts pretty much do apply, just you mix and match a few little, you know, here and there changes, like dairy or no dairy, or how many carbs to eat, and blah, 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 blah. So check into those other ones. They might be, if keto's not the right one, maybe one of those is. They're still 1,000 times better, in my opinion, than a fat-free diet, sugar-free, fat-free diet. So, or high carbohydrate diet. So the next thing I would say, if people can't make money off of you, obviously they're going to bash keto. Something to point out, another reason why keto sometimes is frowned upon is because there are risks to being keto. For one, you need to research and know what you're doing, because it's a very different way than what you've been brainwashed and grown up with. You can't use keto to just yo-yo your diet in your life. If you're going on a trip or something and you want to lose 20 pounds or whatever by X amount date, well, that's not healthy for your body to do that and then revert back to, you know, eating in your old ways. That's you shouldn't even bother with keto. Pick something else. Or if you mix glucose and ketones, you can't have fats and sugar in excess. That's how you get diabetes, cholesterol problems, heart problems, all those slew of health problems. You can't mix high fat with high sugar or high carb. They don't work together. They're not friends. You've got to pick whether you're going to be a high sugar diet or a high fat diet. Don't mix them, and that's where it gets sticky. So it's either you got to pick. You got to make a choice, and you got to pick one you can live with. I personally, after doing this for a month, I can live without sugar. I have found so many other ways that make this health, change, overhaul, so much more worth it than going back to having a glucose-fueled diet. Give me the ketones. So, and by the way, I was skeptic. We are brainwashed into thinking that, when we grow up, all I knew, and all my mom knew, everybody knew, fat-free, sugar-free, high-carb diets. Fat was the enemy. That's what we were brainwashed with. Fat's gonna cause all this stuff. And I don't know. It could, like I said, if you're mixing fat and sugar, it could, but I was a skeptic until I saw my own lab work. We have annual health physicals for our insurance. I've never had a cholesterol problem. If anything, mine has gone down since last year because I'm on keto now. I have never had a sugar problem, but my sugar levels would be in the 90s, and then now they're like 40s. But that's normal to be on keto. But I mean, everything's so much lower, and that's because I'm no longer using glucose to fuel my body. I'm using ketones to fuel my body, which is fat. So I was a skeptic until I saw my own blood work, and now my numbers are like, you should have seen the lady who was like the nurse practitioner or whatever was going over my blood work, and you could see she's like, this chick is fat, but she's healthy. So I mean, I kind of had a little grin, but like I try not to even tell people I'm doing keto. I just let them read off the numbers, because really the only person I need to share that with is my cardiologist, because she's on board, she's familiar, she's going to give me the right advice. So what other reasons hold you back from trying keto? Is it because you're afraid to give up bread, pasta, sugar, flour, anything white? Essentially, you only can eat things with color on keto. You don't want any of those processed foods, everything that's typically all a white color. I will admit the first week was brutal adjusting. I wanted sugar so bad. I took it away from me. It was my crutch. It was like my shoulder to cry on. I took sugar away, and it was so tough to get through. And I will not even sugarcoat that. It was freaking hard to stick with it and fight my sugar cravings. But in all honesty, once you take that away and you replace it with stuff that's satisfying, just as satisfying, it being that keto is kind of more mainstream now, there's a lot of alternatives, recipes. So if you like pizza, well, there's keto pizza. It's not like you're missing out. So basically, when one door closes, another one's going to open. So if you think that you can't go on or be satisfied by giving up breads, pastas, all that other stuff, there's just as many alternatives on the keto side that are satisfying, that keep you on track and make you feel great. I'm going to make a whole nother video on recipes and stuff like that, so I don't want to try and mud up this one, but the main point I'm trying to get or to portray, there's just as many awesome recipes keto. So don't be afraid that you're going to miss bread, or because there's keto breads, So and it only takes you 10 minutes to eat. If you're I don't know, you could take a little longer than 10 minutes, but you can eat really quickly and be down something in 3 minutes. You could take half hour to eat. That feeling of satisfaction only lasts that long, and then you go back to feeling like poop. So why not eat something that's just as satisfying, that when you're done eating it, it's not going to make you feel bad. If anything, the feeling is so amazing to have energy, stamina, self-confidence, self-esteem, all that other stuff makes up for your 10 minutes of bliss while you're eating the donut, in my opinion. Let's see, I'm looking at my notes here just so I'm trying to stay on topic so I don't ramble. But when it comes to another main reason why I've switched to ketones instead of glucose is my energy levels. I wake up feeling refreshed, my skin looks great, I look younger, my clothes fit better, I have energy to make it through my day. I'm drinking coffee because I want to, not because I need it to function. My overall productivity in my day is so much better because I'm getting more done when I'm not spending time eating. I snacked all damn day long before. And when you're snacking all the time, you gotta clean up your mess, you gotta find something to eat, blah, blah, blah. Well, you're not getting much done. You're revolving your life around food. Now, switching to keto, I am revolving my life around food, but I'm revolving my life around everything else so that I can eat on track. So instead of focusing on the food, I'm focusing on the lifestyle so that I stay on track with what I need to get done. For instance, I'm running a boutique, which is pretty crazy in itself to run a boutique and own your own business. But I find I'm getting way more mental clarity. I'm not making any mistakes on customers' orders, switching stuff up. I feel like I can just write and I can get it all out and, just be so much more productive in a day, which makes me more money because I'm not wasting time on stuff. I'm getting a lot more done faster. And instead of revolving my life around eating constantly and stress eating, I'm now revolving my life away from food and letting myself deal with everything else. So I'll go to my next topic. Eating used to be a hobby. I loved to eat before. Loved to eat. Eating is no longer, I still enjoy eating, but I don't look at food now as my friend. I look at food now as medicine. I'm eating to sustain my life, to live as healthy and as healthy a life as I can possibly have. If I can prevent, diseases and health problems from coming by just changing my diet, I'm going to do that, because in the long run, that saves me money too. I'm not going to abuse my body anymore using food to deal with my emotions. That's not fair to my body. We have emotions for a reason. Our emotion is not to eat. That's not an emotion. That's to sustain life. Our emotions need to be dealt with, embraced. Dealt with is essentially the best word you can use, because we have them. They're natural to us. We are supposed to have emotions. We're humans. So it's okay to have emotions too. So take time out of your day and invest in your health. And don't use food. Go for a walk, exercise, meditate, yoga, listen to music, to find something to get those emotions, like work through them. I mean, how many times have you gotten in the car, cranked up the stereo, and just drove and it cleared your head? Find something that you can do instead of eating, because you're not dealing with your emotions if you're going to eat them. Plus, if I keep putting those terrible foods in my body, I'm only fueling more health problems, and it got me morbidly obese. So why would I continue eating in a way that obviously I eat the food, got me morbidly obese? That method, that whole thing was not working for me. That got me 140 pounds above where I should be for my 5'8" frame. So I'm not that person anymore. So this is the new me, and I'm really excited. I really like the new me. Also, a lot of people say it costs too much to eat keto. Health food always costs more, or some excuse like that. Yes and no. If you cut out the middle aisles of the grocery store and you're just eating your dairy, your deli stuff, your meats, and your produce, you've just freed up a lot of cash, a ton of cash. When you add in intermittent fasting, and now you're skipping meals because you don't need to eat because you're not hungry. No need to eat if you're not hungry. That's something that's also been ingrained in your body. You must eat 3 to 6 meals a day. No, you don't. You listen to your body. Your body knows what it needs. It was around before any person told you can't have, you can or cannot have these foods. Your body was here with the caveman. So, but I will say, cutting out all those extras, I saved so much cash from our grocery budget. We were spending $500 a week. We'd go buy groceries and then we'd go eat out. Because we'd go home with food in our car and then still pick up a pizza. Why? Why were we doing that? You know what I mean? That's so stupid. No wonder we threw away so much food. We were so wasteful. So that method was not only costing a ton of money, but we threw away food and we still had to eat out, which is full of all kinds of processed foods, or just full of all kinds of hidden ingredients that are not good for you, which are mostly fat and sugar, which you can't do. So our grocery bill went down so much that now it's like eating the filet mignon of food, because now we can afford the best pastured eggs or chickens that make yummy eggs. We can afford organic, grass-fed dairies and meats, humanely treated animals. Our food quality went up, and we're losing weight, we're saving money, and and then on a side note, you really do need to invest in sitting down at least once or twice a week and writing up a meal plan, making a grocery budget off that plan, and follow through with it. I mean, maybe you even want to meal prep. Then you can make it even faster. And then plus you can know your macros and all that stuff ahead of time. That's a great way to do this. Stay on track. Have something at your fingertips. And you also need to have snacks. Like snacks at your fingertips, where if you're having a moment and you need something, maybe you need something on your monthly cycle, you need something salty and crunchy, go get some peanuts. Have them in your house, so if you have any moments where you need stuff, that's basically, it's right there ready so you don't cheat. So in a nutshell, your grocery budget is going to shrink way down. You're not going to eat out as much because when you eat out that often, it typically has hidden sugars, hidden all kinds of crappy foods in when you eat out. There's no control over what you're eating. And sometimes when you're supposed to be eating on plan, like having a piece of chicken, it was marinated in a ton of sugar. So you really minimize eating out, and you only have like a handful of places that you maybe trust. Excuse me. And so your overall budget is you're gonna free up a lot of cash, and you're gonna be able to afford those nice quality foods, and again, invest in your health. Another real big reason I stick with eating ketogenic is because when you eat fat, it stays with you longer. How many times have you gone out and eaten a huge meal and you go hungry after? Because it was full of sugar, which you just go shoop. And I can tell because when my kids come home from school, school provides them with lunch, the whole 9 yards, which is great and convenient for mom because mom's busy. But when they come home, they're so hungry. They devour their plates, and they eat keto with us. They have no clue they're eating keto and all this stuff, but they can't wait to have mom's cooking. And that's kind of sad. Like, they're starving all during the day, even though they're eating. They don't even get full till they come home and they have salad with ranch dressing, all kinds of great foods that they should be doing in school. So, that's kind of get off topic. Sorry. But in a nutshell, you feel fuller longer. And you can skip meals because you're full. If you're full, why would you eat? When you're full, your body says, whoop, enough. Well, eating fats makes you feel that way. So now it makes fasting easy. It's cheaper in your grocery budget because my husband and I don't eat breakfast all week. So that's 14 meals a week we're not using. So that also makes our grocery bill cheaper. And when your body's not in a constant fed or digesting state, your body is able to repair itself naturally, what it's intended to do, which boosts your immune system. It's just, there's so many reasons you want to eat fat so that you can practice intermittent fasting. And it's a puzzle that all goes together so beautifully. And you've got to try it. You have to. And you can't just give it a week and give up. My first week was freaking brutal. You've got to give it time. You got to trust the process. You've got to just do it and fight through it. And then when you're like where I'm at, I'm a month in, I began my second month. I'm not even, what sugar? I can't, I'm mad at myself. It took me so long to do it again, to embrace this lifestyle and take it on with, everything I have. I feel so much better, and I felt like shit for so long. So, other than that, I would love to hear your reasons why you are on the fence about trying a keto lifestyle. I would love to help you. I would love to bridge those barriers that maybe you just have questions and you don't understand. I have lots of resources that I've been using for my information. I'd be glad to share them with you. But I can't stress it enough. I feel like, it's only been 24 pounds. I can't wait to feel how I'm gonna feel after I've lost 140 pounds. But I've never had success eating fat-free, high carb, sugar-free diets. I just haven't. That's why I've yo-yoed for so long. That's why I feel like when I've changed to keto, I feel like there's hope. I don't need to go have bariatric surgery to lose this weight. I feel like I can do this. And it's free. And I'm gonna save money and I'm gonna get more time. I don't even understand I just don't understand why I dug my feet in so long, because it's been right here all along, So take it from me, you've got to give it a try, just once. And I will say as a huge disclaimer, I would not do any type of diet until you've spoken with your doctor. Let them, they're the professional. I'm not. I'm only an expert in my journey. I'm definitely not a medical professional. So definitely at least start with your doctor and see what they say. Or find a doctor that embraces keto, or something like a low carb diet, find a new doctor if your doctor's only on board with the one that kills you, you know? Because this is your life. You only get one life. Are you going to spend it being obese like me? Or are you going to take charge of your health like me and fight for yourself and invest in your health with food? And I'm telling you, I hope I've inspired at least one person to take charge of their health. It would make me so happy. But if you want to keep watching me, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to shrink. I'm going to be like the Incredible Shrinking Woman. But that's why I named this channel Keto Rewind. I'm literally I'm just, back in the day when we had tapes, when you hit that rewind button, that's what I'm doing with my health. And I'm just using keto. So the time's gonna pass regardless, so I don't care how long it takes me to lose this weight. I'm super stoked that it's coming off so fast. But the time's gonna pass anyway, so might as well be changing my diet and seeing how the chips fall, you know? Because I don't know about you, but it's worth every little struggle of that first week to get through, to get where I'm at now, because I feel wonderful. So stay tuned for my next videos. I'm gonna make some meal plan type videos and some kid and keto videos. So that's on my agenda this week. So I hope you have a great day, and I'm Jess, and you're watching Keto Rewind. See you next time.